Well, hey YouTube, welcome back my friends once again to Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango W3CT, your good old friend Jack. This is my ham radio journey. Guys, we're back here at US 1409 today, one of my kind of go-to parks, because I guess I'm in a little bit of a competition with a few of the local guys here. So it's just a good old buddy competition between three people here at the park. But today, I'm sure the title gave it away somehow. We're going to be doing a little deployment timed test, because I wanted to look at POTA as, is it more about the kind of antennas we can put up and the efficiency, or is it more about rapid deployment and getting something set up and getting on the air quick and getting your activation done and getting out of the park? So that's what we're going to look at today, right after this. Okay guys, so we're going to be looking at deploying the JPC7 antenna. This is the antenna, you guys seen it before. The only thing different now is I have a much better light stand, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Why I switched out to this light stand and why it's so important that I'm going to give you the link for this thing. I have no affiliation. I got this from B&H Photo Video, but I'll give you a link for this because it's so important to have a good taller light stand when you're deploying the JPC7. I got my coax here. I got my rig expert so I can adjust the SWR on the antenna. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set up a secondary camera so that way I'm not getting in front of the deployment. I always have some kind of angle that I can work with two cameras. So let me go ahead and we're going to get started here, and you'll see I'm going to start from setting the light stand up, putting the antenna together here, and adjusting the SWR. So everything we need to do for the deployment, and we're going to put a timer on this to see just how long it actually takes to set this up and deploy this antenna. And I can tell you right now, the antenna, I used it yesterday. Right now it's adjusted for 20 meters, and we're going to be setting it up for 40 meters this morning because we're out here earlier, and we'll see how this goes. So let me see if I can't set these cameras up, get them synchronized, and then we'll start the timer and I'll start deploying the antenna. Ready? Go. Okay guys, we're going to start by putting the light stand out. Step one. All right. And I get it so the bottom touches the actual ground there. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is open the case of the JPC7. I'm getting these out. These are not pre-put together either. I'm actually putting all this together as we're deploying, so there's nothing preset here. Okay. All right. So just simply screw it in the bottom. This thing gets very tight at the end here. All right. Okay. That's in there. Okay. Get a compass reading here because I like to set this thing up so it's actually, well, let me see here. I'll tell you in a minute. I set this thing up so it's actually going northwest and southeast. That way I'm radiating off all four major sides of the antenna. So we're going to be putting this, try to find a nice little spot here. Yeah, I like to keep the coax on this side. So see, right there. Okay. All right. So that's the base unit. Okay. I always put my bags back in, the plastic bags back into the case screwing my segments together. You see they're not put together yet, so everything's coming out of the case fresh. As I said, I used this yesterday on 20 meters. And the very first contact was Spain. So that made me pretty happy there, Spain being the first contact. Yeah. I guess that's all right there. I also hit Germany yesterday with it, as well as a Canadian station. But I've hit Canadian stations on even wires. I've hit Canadian stations on wires, and I'm going to pull this away from that tree some more there and try to get over here a little bit. I've also hit Canadian stations on verticals. So, you know, Canadian station's a Canadian station here. See where we're focused at here, so I can make sure we're getting the antenna on the camera. There we go. All right. So again, my coils are adjusted for 20 meters. So we're going to just do a quick adjust here for 40. The coils are pre-marked, so you can get a starting point, I guess. All right. So if you see these coils, I'm going to throw these in there. I know this is hurting my time, but if you're closer to the base, then that's 40 meters. If you're closer to the element up here, that's the 20 meter side. Okay. Starting points, and then we'll tune it up with the Nano VNA. So again, this is just also for me, right? Because sometimes there's times you can come to the park and you're going to want to get in and out. Now, I've had those days where I want to get in here, get my activation, and get out of here because I got things to do. So that does happen, you know. It happens to all of us, for sure. Make sure your elements are pulled all the way. I like to keep my hand at the base of it here when I'm doing a whip. See, like that top one wasn't pulled out there. I've already had these where I didn't have them fully extended. It's pretty important. Okay. There's the first whip. All right. First whip. And get the second whip out here. Again, I gotta make sure they're fully extended. You can't rush this part. This part has to be perfect. I would suggest if you're using this antenna in a windy situation, the way I have my base set up, I can actually put tent stakes in there and actually hold the whole thing down. I've also seen guys use sandbags. And the sandbags I would recommend, I used to use them for photography all the time. You see, this is going to be pretty close to that tree. I have to pull this out a little bit more here. That looks pretty good. I used to use the weights the ankle weights. If you buy ankle weights, it would be perfect for this. Okay. Okay. The last thing I need on this deployment is going to be the coax connector. These are, it doesn't matter left and right, it doesn't matter in polarity or anything. So what I do now is raise this up just a little bit. Okay. I put this this connector on. I do left and right. Left is red and the right side is the black. It doesn't really matter though. Then what I have is a piece of Velcro. You can use tape, because I found that on this little connector, I don't know if you guys can see this, probably not. We're pretty far away here. I'll try to zoom the video up a little bit. But, so on the little connector itself, the coax really weighs it down. So I use this Velcro piece and wrap it around there. or you can tape it. I tried to get it down around the base here. Well, let's see where we can put this. Because if not, that coax will pull it down. You get a chance of pulling your connectors out, or worse than that, ripping them, pulling them out altogether. Okay, so that's solid there. Deploy my coax, because I haven't even laid the coax out yet. So I got the coax right here. You can see it's still wrapped up. Okay. Let's deploy the coax here. I am using 50 foot of RG8. I think this is RG8X. It is. It's actually DX Engineering, DXE8X. But anyway. All right. So we're going to put the coax in. Then we have to tune it for 40 meters. So you do need a tuner for this antenna. You can use a nano VNA, it will work just fine. Okay. So let me go back here. So I don't even know how much time we've used so far. I'm trying to narrate as we go. Turn the rig expert on. Okay. Adjust my frequency. We're going to be at 07050. Perfect. All right. We're going to check the SWR, even though I know it's going to be very high because I didn't even set the coils. Yes, it's at 4.3. Okay, 4.3. Now, I'm going to say, Jack, that rig expert is too close to the antenna, but I found it's easier than me going back and forth. It's actually 3.9, so I did pre-adjust these. 2.9. 1.9. 1.9. I'll adjust the other side a little bit here. Still 1.9. 1.2. 1.24. Back up one. Okay, guys, so I can show you this. I'll bring the I'll bring the rig expert down and show you this. Okay, 1.98. That's good. Shut the rig expert off. Push the antenna up. Okay, and that's why I bought this taller light stand from B&H Photo Video. Is where I found it. Hoping the ground is level enough here. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Okay, and time. Okay, I officially stopped the clock. I'd just like to see if the SWR has changed at all. It up a little bit. 2.4. Getting up in the air. 2.4. Where it went up to. can't really adjust it once you get it up there, okay? But there's the antenna. It has been deployed, okay? You've seen the original match, okay? Okay guys, so there's the antenna. It's been deployed. You did see the original match. I think the audio might have stopped working, unfortunately. But yep, there's the antenna deployed. It is set up for 40 meters. So I am going to get the G90 out here and try to activate this park today. So let me go ahead and get rolling with that. And I'll actually end this video now since it is deployed. Once again, I just wanted to show you the time of deployment, right? Because I always said, is it so much, I'm going to stop this other camera, antenna efficiency versus time of deployment. So, but did it take a lot of time? I won't know until I actually put the time clock on this to see how much time it did take. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully all the audio picked up. It looked like my audio was stuck, so I don't know what happened there. But take care, everybody. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. 73s, guys. If you like this video, please smash the subscribe button. Also, give it a big old thumbs up. And hopefully I will talk to you soon on the airways. Take care. Chat later.